Greetings, faithful followers. This is your old pal, Brother Jack Angry, along with my co-host Reggie here. You remember our mascot. Doesn't he look all spiffy in his new robe and everything? The girls, unfortunately, are out doing whatever it is that women do during the week, and I haven't quite figured out what the hell that is myself. And I mean, it's a big secret, you know, all real hush-hush and everything like that. But anyway, we'll try to muddle through without them, although I do miss Inferna and Torrid and the rest of them. I miss Brother James. But I managed to attach Reggie's head to the rest of him and drug him up from the crypt so he could do the co-hosting with us for this show. And we've got a really great show coming your way here on the Angry Brothers Omaha Shockorama. We're bringing you the 1984 drive-in movie classic, The Incredible Melting Man. I know we'd said in the last episode we were going to do Ice Pirates, but we decided, well, okay, we've had enough cutesy-pootsy movies and, you know, enough comedies, and we wanted to get back to our roots, kind of bring you some of the best of the worst horror films and sci-fi films out there. Before I get started with tonight's episode, I do want to throw a big shout out to our friend Max DeVille, owner, operator, guiding driving force, and chief tech guru of the Grindhouse channel. He's been kind enough to get in touch with me and let me know that 12 of our episodes, 12 of our best episodes, are going to be running this Friday on the Grindhouse channel on Roku. So if you don't have it, get it. You're going to be glad you did. All right? You can download it from the Roku channel store, or just Google Grindhouse channel, and that'll take you to a link where you can also download it, and it'll automatically add up to your Roku box when the next time you sync it over, which happens automatically and behind the scenes here. So what we're going to do tonight, faithful followers, we're going to talk a little bit about some of the events that have happened in Omaha this week. You know, look forward to a lot of great things happening for the Angry Brothers. I mean, we just finished our Halloween episodes at the 2014 Anime Nebraska or Nebraska Anime Con, depending on who you talk to. We have done our Halloween special at the Touch of Class nightclub and bar here in town, and you will see that episode here shortly. It'll be within the next few weeks. We are quite a few episodes ahead, and KPAO does run everything in order. Also, and oh wow, that reminds me, faithful followers, I do want to give a big shout out to, I believe his name is Dave Nelson. He's the program coordinator for KPAO. Chris Craddock, our good friend, has moved on to pursue other projects, and we wish him well, and Godspeed, Chris, and we hope that you'll be back in the area soon, because we really miss seeing you, and we'd love to be able to catch up and see what's going on. The program director, Dave Nelson, was kind enough to let me know that they want to run our program, the Angry Brothers Omaha Shockorama. They want to run it several times throughout their programming week and throughout their programming day at KPAO. So that's going to be great for us. Means you'll get more of a chance to see the Angry Brothers, in addition to our appearances on public access channels across the country. We're in 7 different states now, looking for more. We are going to be on the Roku box on Bizarre TV. We are on Get Scared TV, and we are on the Grindhouse channel, not to mention the Vimeo channel, where you can see all of our video on demand episodes. And these are the full movies, people, not the reduced ones that we have to show on public access here in Omaha or on the YouTube channel. These will be the actual full movies, full episodes. It's all Angry Brothers all the time, and it's coming right at you. But anyway, we're going to get back to tonight's movie, which is the 1984 sci-fi drive-in classic, The Incredible Melting Man. Now, this movie didn't really star anybody that we knew. It was mostly unknowns, and it was made in the space of about 3 weeks in the summer of 1984 with a pretty modest budget at that time. It was like under $100,000. The film stars James Rebar. I said Rebar, not Remar. You know, this isn't the guy who was in Mortal Kombat playing Raiden. No, I'm sorry, that was Christopher Lambert. Well, James Remar, you remember him from Sex and the City and a few other things. He was in the movie Django as the Pinkerton detective. He had a very small part and got killed rather quickly, but it was a got blasted with a shotgun, if I remember correctly. Really gruesome death. I mean, big kudos to Quentin Tarantino. He always comes up with the best death scenes in his films, and I really would like to know where he gets his inspiration from. I mean, is he, you know, smoking a little bit of that wacky tobacco, or if so, where's he getting it from? Because he must be getting the good stuff. But anyway, James Rebar is an unknown Canadian, I believe he's an unknown Canadian actor. From what my research tells me, he didn't really do anything beyond The Incredible Melting Man. You know, I don't know why that is, but he kind of dropped off the radar after he did this film. I'm sorry, what was that, Reggie? Oh yeah, yes, I'll get to that. Reggie wants me to mention, you know, the film also was one of the best works by special effects artist Rick Baker, who you would know through, if you follow any special effects or anything like that, or science fiction or horror films, you'd know his work. I believe he did something with Werewolves of London, or I'm sorry, American Werewolf of London, among others. Just one of the huge talents in the special effects industry, and he did a really, really outstanding job on this. I mean, made the monster very believable. Although instead of calling it The Incredible Melting Man, they should have called him The Incredible Melted Man, because by the time we saw him, he'd already done fucking melted. You know, I mean, they should have this guy walking around on plastic so he doesn't mess up the carpet. I mean, it's really bad. But we're not gonna spoil anything for you in the movie. We're gonna let you judge it on its own merits. So we're gonna go right now. What? I'm sorry, Reggie, what was that? Yes, I'll get the popcorn. Don't worry about it, you know. We're going to go right now to The Incredible Melting Man from 1984, here on the Angry Brothers Omaha Shockorama. Enjoy.
Magnificent. You've never seen anything till you've seen the sun through the rings of Saturn.
Astronaut Stephen West was returning from outer space. But something terrible had happened.
Remember now, his mind is so completely decomposed.
We've got to find him.
He's gonna need human cells to live on.
Stephen West had turned into the Incredible Melting Man.
And the more he kills, the longer he's going to live. He seems to be getting stronger as he melts.
The Incredible Melting Man is the first new horror creature. Come prepared.
Well, greetings, faithful followers. Welcome back. What do you think of The Incredible Melting Man so far? I mean, isn't this movie greasy? Yeah, it's like, I previewed this movie, and the first thing I wanted to do when I was done was kind of shampoo the carpets, you know, because it's like, they had to have had that guy walking around on plastic. I mean, even his feet were greasy, you know? And, you know, Brother James's hygiene aside, let's, you know, speaking of grease, the movie was, you know, pretty much made for the drive-in circuit. I mean, I don't think this movie ever, if it did, it didn't see a too big a release for the walk-in theater market. It was primarily made for the drive-in movie crowd. Most likely because of the fact that the special effects, aside from what Rick Baker did with the creature, they weren't the greatest. I mean, it was pretty bush league, but it was still a really great movie. The plot was well done, and it was well executed. What did you think of the Incredible Melting Man after he jumped and ate the nurse, you know, chewed off half her face and bit into her head and all that good stuff? I mean, wasn't that just freaky, people? I mean, God knows that nurse was big enough. I mean, she could have fed a whole army of zombies, of melting zombies. I mean, there was enough. I hope he wasn't paying her by the pound. Yeah, sorry, that was a fat joke. Yes, Brother Jack made a fat joke. You know, if you don't like the fact that I make fat jokes, write the show and we'll tell you what we can do for you. That's right. Fuck off. Yeah, that's what we'll tell you to do. And if you're that sponging, red-headed hack wearing the lab coat, all we can say is, suck it. Right, Reggie? Yes, he can suck it. Yeah, he can suck it, can't he? Yes. But anyhow, the Dr. Ted Wilson, the hero of this film, was played by the well-known character actor Burr Debenning, and you would recognize him. I mean, I'm not going to go into a list of the shows he's been in because it's just that damn numerous. I mean, this guy's been a character actor, and he's been a fly on the wall through so many things. If you actually sat and looked for him in performances, you'd go, oh, gee, I didn't know he was in that fucking movie. Wow, there's something. Yeah, I mean, he's got just a massive list of acting credits, but mostly bit parts. I don't think he's ever starred in anything that I'm aware of, but mostly he plays villains, heavies, and the occasional second banana / hero, as it were. You know, but a pretty solid career overall. I mean, he's going to have a nice body of work to look back on when he finally does retire, if he hasn't already. The last thing I saw him doing was like 2009. I haven't seen anything from him since. So, you know, he could have dropped off the radar, could have retired, could be dead for all we know. We just don't know. I mean, yeah, it's like, IMDb does a great job of keeping up with some of these actors, but there reaches a point where they just flat out run out of information. And that was the case with a lot of our friends who are adult film starlets. You know, the most notable being our good friend Lily Marlene, who you would know from the 80s and the early 90s. Shelley Supreme, or Shelley Supreme, depending on how you pronounce it. Another great female adult film actress, you know, dropped off the radar. We hope she's doing okay. We miss her, and you know, if you ever see this, Shelley, give us a call or drop us an email. We'd love to hear from you, and you have the email address. Now, the movie Incredible Melting Man, as I said, was shot in and around the Lake Arrowhead, if I'm not mistaken, the Lake Arrowhead area in Northern California, if I'm not mistaken, Northern California, in the summer of 1984. It took about a month and a half to 2 months to shoot this film, so they did it over the summer. I do remember that some of the hardships involved, and there weren't many. I mean, it was a party atmosphere for the crew and most of the cast. James Rebar, who played the Incredible Melting Man, and I forget the name of the character. I mean, even though I did this research, I kind of just blanked on all of it. Brother Jack's having a senior moment. Who'd have thought? Who'd have thunk that? But anyway, the makeup that to produce the melting effect, Rick Baker concocted a base of theatrical flesh-colored makeup. He did it in kind of a layered thing. He put on a jellied, like, stage blood mixture of his own invention, and then did the stage makeup over it, and then he put a coat of Vaseline on top of the makeup. And what would happen is with the natural heat of the day and the studio and the portable studio lighting, it would all kind of melt in layers. The Vaseline would melt first, taking this flesh-colored stage makeup and latex, and then the jellied blood to basically, literally, just slide off his face, looking like he was melting from the inside out. And it was, although it wasn't incredibly hot, the stench of the concoction was unbelievable. And according to James Rebar, the actor who did an interview in I believe Fangoria about this, said that that it was agony to be in that makeup for more than just a couple of hours. And that's why, if you'll notice, a lot of the scenes looked like they were filmed either in the early morning hours before the sun got up to its height at noon, and then in the afternoon and early evening when it was on the way down. This was to cut the heat down on Rebar when he had to be out filming in the woods and in and around that industrial factory area where he did most of the filming as the monster, because of the fact that heat was just unbearable for him. And he had several where he passed out on the set because of it, and it did result in some health problems and that sort of thing, and it was just really, really uncomfortable. But he did do an excellent job in pulling off the Incredible Melting Man as the monster. The scene where he, where the photographer and the little blonde bimbo, the topless model, who, by the way, his name was actually Rainbow, and they spelled it R-A-I-N-B-E-A-U. Only in California, people, would they do something like that. You gotta love Lotus Land. I mean, the hippy-dippy tree huggers. I mean, what possessed her parents to look down at this little baby in her crib? We're not only gonna name you Rainbow, we're gonna spell it in such a fucked up way that you're gonna be a social outcast at every school you go to. Why? Because we love you. You know, parental love. Gotta love it. But anyway, you know, it's like probably they sent her to Catholic school too, and you know, although she's a pretty girl, I mean, in one of those little school uniforms, you know, Brother Jack would say, "All right, how you doing?" But anyway, we're going to get back to the conclusion of The Incredible Melting Man, starring Burr debenning and James Rebar, here on the Angry Brothers Omaha Shockorama. Enjoy.
Ugh, sticky stuff.
Come on, chicken.
It's disgusting.
Come on.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hey,
What's wrong?
how high shall I count to?
50.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 48, 49, 50. Hey, where are you? Come on out. I don't want to play anymore. I heard you. You're behind that tree. Now come on out. Now you have to come out. It's not fair. Not yet.
Houston calling Scorpio 5. Steve, do you read me? Steve? Steve, are you all right?
I mean, your top, take it off.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but why take my top off?
Well, that's what we're here for, isn't it? Take pictures.
Yes?
Well,
Well, I thought...
what did you think?
Well, Harry said... Look, I think there's been a lack of communication here.
Okay, look, baby.
Look, don't call me baby, okay? I really don't like to be called baby.
Okay, I'm sorry. What would you like me to call you? Honey, doll? What do you name it?
Sandra.
Sandra. Okay. Sandra, baby, just take your top off and let me see your body. It's a beautiful body.
Maybe we just ought to forget it and go back.
Just take your top off.
Look, just take your hands off me, okay?
Take your top down.
You
That's
son
it.
of a bitch!
That's it. That's it. Oh, they're gonna love it.
Quit it,
They're gonna love
you please! I want kind of... Take your hands off me!
I want it.
Ow,
Oh,
you
beautiful,
creep,
beautiful,
son of a
beautiful,
bitch!
sweetheart.
Greetings, faithful followers. This is your old pal, Brother Jack Angry. So what did you think of the conclusion of tonight's movie, The Incredible Melting Man from 1984? I mean, it's like, let's see, Dr. Ted got shot, The Incredible Melting Man got shot, several police got killed, his mother-in-law and her weirdo boyfriend got lunched on by the monster, and, you know, a whole lot of people freaking died. I mean, not a bad body count. This movie does rack up an impressive body count, and I think if you look in there, you'll see the producer and the distributor in there someplace. Oh yeah, those are the guys that are hanging from the nearest tree going, oh, why did I sink my money into this turkey? You know, and they're the, that kind of thing, you know. And the director, it's like, he's probably, you know, if you see some guy holding a gun to his temple, that's probably the director and or the producer of the film. But hey, let's be honest, people. This movie sucks on ice. I mean, it's a stinker. I mean, you wouldn't even be watching this at a drive-in movie. You'd be in the back seat with your girlfriend doing the Humpty Bumpty dance. You know, you wouldn't be watching this movie. I mean, the only thing that this movie is going to entertain is a carload full of 6-year-olds. But, you know, because they're going to be going, oh, look at the monster, look at the melting man, and all this, you know. It's like, Brother Jack did find the movie somewhat entertaining. Why? Because, well, let's face it, Brother Jack has the mentality of a 6-year-old. But hey, we already knew that. I never made any claims for it to be more than what it was, which was basically an hour and a half of your life that you're not going to get back again. You're welcome, by the way. It's like, you know, I'm sure there are people of you out there in the audience sitting there, why do I turn this fucking show in every week? Why? Because it's a train wreck. We're a cinematic train wreck, people. You want to look away, you probably should look away. You know, as a matter of fact, you must look away to avoid any permanent mental, emotional, or psychological damage, but let's face reality, you can't. This movie, no. We are basically a hurtling death machine heading for the nearest brick wall. And why? Because that's what we like to do. We like playing it this way. You think I would do this for over 3 years now? It's been almost 3 years, almost 3¼ years since I started doing this. And you think if I didn't like it, you think I'd still be doing it? You think I'd be putting up with, you know, little Mr. Green Jeans with his red hair and his bloody lab coat, that little hack? You think I would be putting up with that for all these years? You think I would put up with those two morons who run that other blog talk show? No, but we love you guys, and you know what? You can stop worrying. We wouldn't want to be on your show because, frankly, we're not family friendly. We never claimed to be. We never tried to be. You know, we do it all. We're hardcore, baby. I mean, we do TNA jokes. We do fart jokes. We do boob jokes. We do it all. You name it, we do it. I mean, you know, we're a group of repeat offenders at this show. We repeat. We will offend. You know, that's what makes us great. And that's why people love us. You know, so as far as our detractors and our haters go, please keep hating. You know, we can't buy publicity this good. You guys are doing the world a world of good for us, and keep it up. We love you for it. You know, you bunch of pussies. Yes, I said it, pussies. But anyway, we do want to give a big thank you to our good friends, you know, all of the members of the Whore Host Underground, our good friend from Wisconsin, Dr. Destruction, our friends from back east, Count Gore, Penny Dreadful, our good friends from Ohio, Janet Decay, Daughter of the Ghoul, our friends from Kentucky, Dr. Praxis and Uncle Edward, and the guy that runs that, the one with the long name, the weird, crazy, stoner-friendly Midnight Theater. I probably got the title wrong, and please don't take any offense at that. I'm lousy with titles. But thank you for all your support. We love your show. I mean, you do a great job of it. Uncle Edward, fantastic job. Nadia, you know, feel better soon, dear, and we can't wait to see you in front of the camera again. So next week we're going to bring you another great crappy classic. You know, we're going to bring you the 1975 cinematic abortion / excrement blood orgy of the I almost said blood orgy of the she-males. No. That would be a step up from movie. This is blood orgy of the she-devils. And where they got the title of that movie from, I have no clue. I didn't see a single she-devil in the whole damn film. I mean, this movie should have been called Witchcraft Through the Ages or Why Freaking Bother. But we're going to bring you that next week here on the Angry Brothers Omaha Shockorama. So me and Reggie are going to go and we're going to go to the viewing room and we're going to sit there, pop a few brewskis. Reggie's got the popcorn working and we're going to sit and watch a few more really bad classics to bring you in the future. I mean, it's Monday. It's Monday at 1 a.m. What else are we going to do? I mean, the bars are getting ready to close. You know, at this late hour, if you haven't hooked up with anybody, you don't stand a chance in hell of it. So you might as well just go put on a bad horror movie, pop some popcorn, open a beer, sit back, and, you know, take a deep breath of that smell of regret. But anyway, I'm Brother Jack Angry. For Brother Reg, Inferna, Torrid, Brother James, Dahlia, Veronique, Ash and Sin, and the rest of the group here at the Monastery of Mayhem. Good night, unpleasant dreams, and let's keep America on top. Watch Horror Hosts, y'all. Good night. You know, Reggie, you better have something in the cooler a little stronger than beer. I think we're going to need some of the hard stuff for this. Well, yes, I know, and you know, it's like, here I am talking to you, and yeah, oh, I forgot, you're dead. No wonder it's been this conversation's been kind of one-sided. Brother Jack needs to get some new meds. I think these are I'm starting to get immune to these, so I'm going to call the doctor and see what they can come up with. So good night, and keep watching, faithful followers.